go. Hello and welcome to the Abusecartoons livestream. So let me know, the air conditioning sounds a little loud as usual, but let me know how the sound is and everything. Hey Matt, how's it going? Matt in the chat. Yeah, I forgot. Modifius had a sale a year or more ago, and all the John Carter stuff, their 2D20 RPG John Carter stuff, was $7 a piece for all their setting books and everything. So I just bought everything because I only got the basic set from the Kickstarter. So yeah, I've got everything for the for John Carter, all the physical books. So yeah, we got to do that. And I was realizing as I was reading it that you can play John Carter as hard as like Dark Sun or a real Sword and Sandals, Blood and Guts setting. Like it's really made for that, and the system is very pulpy, so it works well for very heroic, crazy adventures. So yeah, I think it'd be fun. So we have to have a session 0 and kind of make some characters and figure out what era and how we want to play, because then I'll have to go back and kind of get ready for that, because there's a lot of settings stuff, but there's not a lot of pre-made stuff. But it should be fun. Yeah. The last thing I expected to I've had it for a while, so the last thing I expected to play, I ran the quick start. There was a quick start adventure, and we had to kind of cut it off. We ran out of time and just left it as a cliffhanger. But it was a adventure that just basically was made the characters, gave the characters an excuse to meet, and ran through a little bit of combat. But yeah, good stuff. Hey, unknown girl, how's it going? Oh yeah, I cheated a little bit. I was while I was waiting for everything to start up, I was doodling some muffins. I think I already have a muffin idea for the first cartoon. I know I should be drawing on camera. Drawing on camera. But yeah, it got away from me. So what's going on here? Oh, I'm not holding the right key. There we go. So yeah, old and young muffins was the thing. So I'll leave this and start brainstorming on another file. So I hope everyone is doing well. We're in the middle of typhoon season, but nothing announced, nothing forming yet, menacing, lurking yet. They kind of lurk off, in the areas of the Pacific Ocean, and just kind of have this weird trajectory towards Asia. So they either like skim along Southeast Asia or plow right over Japan and hit Korea and China. Okay, no more muffins. But it's this is that season where just all kinds of weird stuff gets pushed around weather-wise. And we're just having constant thunder. Like there'll be constant, like, just rumbling thunder in the distance. And it's weird because, being so close to North Korea and China, you don't want to hear just like random rumbling that you aren't sure if it's weather-related or not. It's like, oh, is the invasion started? Yeah, that's not a comforting feeling. Oh, really? Did LA have some? Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, I didn't see. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, is the camera all messed up? Yeah, I'm all off off center. Yeah, I gotta keep things. I wish I could keep things set up for just one purpose, but I'm multi-purposing, so I would actually need just like fixed cameras everywhere, which is a little ridiculous. So yeah, we'll see. Big tropical storm. Oh no. Yeah, that's the thing that really sucks about Los Angeles and probably a lot of Southern California, is because it's sand, like it saturates very quickly, so then the water doesn't go away. Like as soon as the ground is saturated, flooding is so easy and the water just sits on top. That's why they built that big like LA River and stuff, to try to move stuff out. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I didn't Didn't see any news about that. Oh wow, flash flood watches in Southern California. Yeah, that's really brutal. It's Tropical Storm K. That's good. We directed one your way. Yikes. Yeah, that can be really really miserable because everything is so loose, and all the oh wow, not fun. And yeah, roads can get pretty unpassable and stuff. Yeah, that was really hard to adjust to, is how differently things work. Like how actually dangerous the beginning of a rainstorm can be in Los Angeles. So when I was first there and just used to Midwestern weather and East Coast weather, and it starts raining, you don't stop driving, you don't do anything. But a lot of people, when it immediately when a rainstorm starts, they pull off to the side of the road, and you do see people like pulling off under overpasses or just pulling off of the road, and it's like, what is going on? But because the rain is so rare there and everything is so, there's just sand and dust and grit on everything, that first few minutes when the rain starts to wet the surface of the street, it just creates this slime, this like super slippery slime. And so a lot of car accidents happen right at the beginning of rainstorms, because all of a sudden the road is unexpectedly slick, like ice. And so people have become afraid of that. And so you'll see people, it starts raining, people slam on their brakes and like pull over to the side of the road. Like, what is going on? But yeah, those sorts of things were hard to get used to, because I didn't understand why for the longest time. Yeah, it's just because there's so much like weird dust and grit that, you know, with regular rain gets washed away, but because it's so much more rare, when you get rain, you get this really weird slick road surface until the rain has had a chance to, you know, move things around. Yeah. And so, of course, you know, transplants and people from East Coast are like, ha ha ha, you know, Californians are afraid of rain, you know, when they see people pulling off. But there's an actual reason why people are cautious. Yeah. Yeah, right. It kind of like kind of like oil slicks on the road. Yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic that, you know, if you're just a transplant, nobody expects it. And the same thing here. I think I talked about that in Japan. The rain is so torrential, but so short. It only lasts for, you know, 10, 20 minutes maximum, but it comes down so heavy. Walking in the rain, if you don't have an umbrella or whatever, walking in the rain seems reasonable, and it's what you've always done. But here, you regret it because you just soak completely through, and it's over. If you just would have stepped underneath, you know, some shelter, some overhang for just a few minutes, and just, you know, checked your phone or whatever, and then the rain would have stopped. But you keep walking like an idiot, and you get, you know, just wet through to the soles of your shoes, and you regret that because then you sit in that all day. Uh, yeah, so that kind of stuff, that regional stuff, is very funny. Hey, True Help, how's it going? Unknown Girl said, I remember going through, a flood on the freeway. It covered my car. Oh, wow. Covered my car windows and windscreen for over 30 seconds. And that happened with the traffic around. Yeah, that's got to be really scary. You know, water up that high. I had a friend that lived down by the Mississippi River, and so they would get flooding a lot there. But it would just, you know, it would just go over the banks, and it would be like up to, you know, maybe like a foot of water. But it's tricky, like the driving in that. You can drive in that, but you have to drive like this very even speed, so you're not pushing too much water up into your engine. And yeah, it's very that's an acquired skill. So a lot of the houses were elevated; they were up on stilts, close to the river. But yeah, I remember that it went over the banks a few times. All right. So, yeah, what was some other weather thing? Yeah, but that's crazy, like being in the flood. Oh, yeah, yeah. A student, I know I've told this on stream already, but it was years ago, during the Fukushima, Shizuoka? No, that's the wrong area. I can't remember the other area name, but where the big tsunami happened after the earthquake that ruined that broke the reactors in Fukushima. there was huge, you know, the tsunami was huge flooding, and it moves really slow. If you've seen any of that video of like in Thailand, I think it was Thailand, the resort where the water is just like slowly, just like whoa, just overwhelming the beach, kind of resort area. So just this weird black water rising, and I had a student whose mother is in that area. Her house was just completely gone, like completely washed away, like washed off of its foundation, and just after everything was receded, it was just gone. And she herself was caught in it and literally clung to a guardrail, waiting, and it eventually subsided enough that she could walk, but that initial push, she got out of her car, like her car was being whisked along, got out of her car, and then clung to a guardrail, and everything got whisked away, just pushed away. And it was really crazy because the water, because it was going through, cities and over so much kind of industrial stuff, the water was just black. It was really, really nasty. And so I was talking to him, and he said, "Yeah, my mother was in." I was like, "Whoa, whoa!" was terrible. And he told the story. He's like a science guy, so he told the story very matter of factly, but it sounded really terrifying. And he's lucky, lucky that she was okay. It was one of those remote areas where there's like one train, like there's only a couple times a day. There's one train line that goes out to a little tiny station that's just like a wooden platform in the middle of nowhere. So he had to go out after all that destruction. He had to go out and help her and kind of survey the damage and what was left. And the crazy thing is, after all that flooding, then like this weird criminal element came out, which is a little bit surprising for Japan. But it was a lot of like weird groups of like Chinese and Koreans that were like looting houses, and of course they didn't have guns; they just had knives. But there were all these like knife-toting looting groups, and everything that was everybody that evacuated because of the flooding. There were people that were actually they said holed up in people's houses. There were like groups of people that were looting, and they couldn't get them out because of very countryside, remote area. But things went a little feral there for a bit. Oh. Oh yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. In Japan, they have that, or in the western side of Japan, yeah, they talk about that. Yeah, there's like the seasons, and this old way. I don't know if it's like Edo period or older than that, but a way of measuring the seasons by like what flowers and insects and whatever come out. So they have like a 52 or 72, some kind of number of seasons, and they're all represented by the foods, the foods that are in season, and what is blooming, and what animals and insects and everything. So it's pretty wild, very nature oriented. Yeah, it's very crazy. Oof. Yeah, that kind of flooding is crazy. I've never had water. Been in situations where roads have been flooded out, and I've like seen cars that have driven down and gotten kind of stuck in roads. But yeah, I haven't ever tried to drive through anything too deep or too scary. Yeah, that kind of stuff. That tsunami stuff here is crazy, and they always worry about that. Like as soon as there's a report of a really strong earthquake, even in the deep ocean, everyone's kind of bracing. Okay, is the water coming or not? We had one of those like a year ago or so, where they reported a big earthquake, but out in the ocean, and people are like, okay, what's that gonna do? What's that gonna mean? And you don't know. That's the frustrating thing, is you don't know until it's happening. So you get limited warning. It's not like, they, just like earthquakes and stuff, their prediction is not amazing. And because it's produced by earthquakes, you usually have like 15 minutes of advance warning. There is a huge wall of water approaching. Yeah, luckily we're kind of landlocked. It's still not that far away from the ocean, but we're a bit landlocked, so not directly affected by a lot of crazy storms and things. Like they get some time to dissipate over the land before they hit us, which sometimes doesn't mean anything. All right, I'm drawing the same cakes. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but the trauma of all that was just crazy. And I was really surprised too that so immediately Japan rejected international aid, because there was so much, charity and stuff that was created to help Japan, and they refused a lot of foreign military aid and stuff. They're just like, yeah, we'll just do this ourselves. I think that's very Japanese style. Oh, and that was the thing too, is so the American military is already here, so they in some situations offered to help, and then of course, typical American style, they were going to file, I'm not sure what happened with that, but they were filing lawsuits against the health exposure, like what they were exposed to from the waters and everything. So they're helping evacuate people, and then some of the soldiers got sick, and then they were going to sue the government, the Japanese government. It's like, yeah, help or don't, It's like, that was really depressing. But maybe that was why Japan was just like, yeah, just don't help us. We don't need your lawsuits after you assist us with an evacuation. You don't need litigious assistance. Yeah, that's rough. All right. What else? Yeah, so I hope you're not getting any of that. I guess if it's LA, could be pretty far away. I hope you're not getting into that brutal tropical storm where you are, Matt. Yeah, I haven't heard anything from my daughter. She's up closer to San Francisco. So far away. Yeah, but flooding in LA is the worst. There's just nowhere for the water to go. That's nasty. Oh, so I'm I don't know how far in, a few chapters into Slaying the Dragon, which Matt was telling me about a little bit on chat. And so where am I? I'm up to the just past the Dragonland. Oh, I'm at the R.A. Salvatore chapter. And yeah, it's an interesting, kind of depressing story. How mismanaged. And I would imagine you can just keep writing this because, and I don't know how far he goes in this story, like what year things end, if it's just about if selling to Wizards of the Coast ends his story of TSR and Dungeons and Dragons. But I'm sure you can tell that same same type of story, maybe less cocaine, but that same type of story with how Wizards of the Coast handled. And the interesting part would be how what happened, like what 4th edition, what that did, like creating Paizo and creating people that were like didn't want to let go, because they did an interesting job talking about the very, with Gary Gygax not at TSR anymore, doing 2nd edition, was very very nerve-wracking, but because of the management that they had, they just wanted to make money anyhow. But the people that worked on 2nd edition, were very what's that word? You just be very cautious about what they're doing, because they didn't want to totally alienate and lose the player base. But also the business talk was very interesting. About how they looked at things, and I still don't think they've figured that out yet, and that's why they're pushing it towards digital. But you do have to, and I'm surprised so many businesses don't have like good analysts, or they don't have good people like looking at things. It's like, okay, once everybody has everybody's subscribed, we're not going to have any more subscriber growth. So what are we going to do about that? We're only going to be doing retention or whatever. So once everybody buys the basic books you need, to play this game. They're never going to buy anything again if they're making their own adventures. So we have to make compelling, additions to the game, subclasses and magic spells and stuff. So, I mean, you can tell that's what they're stuck in. But I can't believe they haven't figured out better how to kind of serve those, serve those audiences. And it seems like the move now is just in everything. In everything, streaming and tabletop role playing and board games and everything is just broaden the audience, broaden the appeal as much as possible. Like be as inclusive and as gendered and everything in the entertainment as possible to try to get this huge amount of possible audience into something. I don't think that's the best. I don't think that's the best move. I think because of how we're used to things on the internet, smaller, focused, shows with smaller audiences, but really loyal, hardcore audiences, I think would probably be a better. So, smaller budgets for everything. But if you want to do big budgets and big things, you have to just broaden as much as possible. So you have to, water down, kind of dilute ideas to the point where they're easy to translate into Chinese and Indian languages, and they're acceptable to just kind of every type of customer you could possibly run into. And that seems insane. That just doesn't seem like a smart move. But yeah, that book's fun. There were a couple of things, the way that they were written, and maybe it's because the writer is from the Midwest. I think he said he was from Wisconsin or Minnesota, but there was a couple of golly gosh gee ways that things were written that I think that might have been intentional to kind of reinforce this is happening in the Midwest. But a couple of things made me laugh, like descriptions of New York City and stuff. I was just like, New York City. It had a very funny tone. Oh, interesting. So Matt said a buddy and I ran a Magic the Gathering club in around 95, and you're interviewed by a writer for a script for a Magic movie that Disney was considering. Wow. Yeah, I wonder why they're... I guess, well, maybe the testing the waters, this Dungeons and Dragons movie will be a test of the waters, but if they have some success, I mean, it definitely seems like the... the base settings and some of the things in Magic would make good fantasy movies, because they already have so much, visual, so much visually spelled out. They would just have to have, but I don't think they figured that out. I think because the only thing I've ever heard is Magic the Gathering novels and stuff are just garbage. So they haven't figured out what the actual tone and feel of that setting is. It just has this visual look because it's a bunch of very talented fantasy artists doing illustrations for these cards, and these cards have mechanics that, oh, now there's dragons, or now there's gateways or whatever. They just add some mechanical thing to the game, and so there's some visual element to that. But yeah, I don't think they've figured out how to make that into actual media, like entertainment media. Because yeah, everything I've heard with about Magic the Gathering books is just terrible, and maybe everyone's got such a personal interpretation of it. That's really funny. I wonder. A lot of that stuff, though, yeah, a lot of stuff gets lost in pre-production or planning hell. Yeah, I really wonder, because the superhero thing is going to be so cooled down by next year. I wonder how this Dungeons and Dragons movie is going to do, because they've already, just in their initial marketing, have sorry. I'm allergic to streaming now. Sorry, guys. They've in that initial trailer they positioned themselves as the anti. Are you tired of superheroes? Well, here's some real heroes or whatever, playing on the word hero. So trying to position themselves as an alternative to kind of Marvel and DC. So I don't know if that's even a thing, even going to be a thing by the time that movie comes out. Oh, thank you, thank you, Unknown Girl. Yeah, streaming. I'm developing a extreme allergy to streaming. I hope I was off mic enough. That must have been terrible if you're listening on headphones. Oof. All right. So, yeah, I'll be happy when I can just open windows and turn off air conditioning. Once the season cools down a little bit towards the end of September, early October, that's such a nice, yeah, that's a real nice part of the year here when it starts to get a little autumnal. Japan is wonderful, and they've got those really bright red maple leaves and things. Beautiful autumnal, colors, fall leaf colors, and no more humidity. I don't miss it at all when it's not here. All right. Yeah, crazy weather. Oh, that's right. I wanted to look up something for. So, yeah, there's a little bit. I don't think I've done anything about this. So it's a very Japanese thing. There we go. There's the. There's a little Wikipedia, because nothing is more fun than being read Wikipedia on a live stream. But no, it's a very unique thing to Japan, but specifically Okinawa. And it was the worst, maybe the worst idea for a candy ever, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. At least a bad naming convention. All right. Oh yeah. There are beaches in Japan. Not They're nicer. Like Okinawa has beautiful beaches, very nice Pacific Island beaches. Japan has some nice beaches too, but they're very very crowded. Anytime it's even possible to be there, they get very crowded. So any of the national holidays, the beaches are just overrun with families. So it's just basically a bunch of people just standing, shoulder to shoulder in the ocean. Because there's so many people. Yeah, they call it. There's a Japanese expression, probably like a post-war, that started with the seaside holiday. Once that became a tradition. I guess it could have started before that, but they call it washing potatoes. So the sea just looks like someone threw a bunch of potatoes in and is getting ready to wash them before they cook them. And so the sea just looks like someone's washing potatoes with just a bunch of people standing, because you can't swim and splash around. There's just so many people. Yeah, but there's very beautiful. So it's more like a lot of the coast of like the main island reminds me more of the Northwest. So like beaches in the Northwest. So a lot of interesting rocky formations and things, because it's volcanic, the volcanic island thing. And yeah, it reminds me more of the Northwest in the U.S. So like, or even Canada. So like Vancouver or the Oregon coast. Japan is a bit more like that beach-wise. So it doesn't have, you have to go to the Southern Island and stuff to get the nicer, more Pacific Island nice beaches. Yeah, but Okinawa has some really beautiful beaches. And it also has a lot of army bases. All right, why do I keep drawing these layer cakes? Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of, and I think a lot of that might be part of a lot of younger Japanese people's obsession with Hawaii and stuff is surfing. So there's a lot of Japanese surfers, and there's a lot of islands too. So there's a lot of places. I don't know much about it. I don't have any friends that are surfers in Japan, so I don't know where it is. It was mostly LA. I would have coworkers that would mysteriously call in sick when the waves were really good that day. So you're driving to work because a lot of the times you're by the ocean. We were in Ventura County. I think the offices were in Ventura County. So on the way there, you're driving by the ocean. It's like, oh damn, and you turn on like a surf report on the radio or check the internet. It's like, I think I'm gonna call in sick today. So illness corresponded with really good waves for some reason for some coworkers. All right, let's just try to. Wow. Really nice looking, like aesthetically very beautiful beaches, just not so easy to you know, plop down your blanket and enjoy on most of the mainland. But yeah, very beautiful, very scenic. And there's a lot of temples and things that are close to beaches. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen very much, only a little bit of Western Japan. That's the older part, so I've seen some of the older places, but there's so much in Japan that I haven't seen. Because I've never been to Nagasaki or that area with all the old, the original like Christianity in Japan, so old churches and things. I haven't seen any of that kind of stuff. All right. Oh, maybe ice cream jokes? Yeah, I guess we'll be talking about ice cream, so. Our last last chance of warm weather ice cream jokes. Yeah, it's really strange. I was just looking at there's a streaming service in Japan called Unext, the letter U and next. It sounds like a dating show. I don't know. That's not a very good name. But it's very odd because they have an app. An app, of course, you can view all of the movies and TV shows, series. I don't think they do anything original. It's all licensed. But also in the app you can read digital manga, and so they have a subscription. It's like $15 a month or something, but if you pay more, if you pay $20 a month, then you get these points, and you can spend these points on what would basically be like pay-per-view, but like new release pay-per-view. So movies like right out of the theater or maybe still in the theater are on that, and then you can buy digital comic books, and you can also spend those points on movie tickets. So it seems like insanely complicated, but I guess they're trying something new. But the only reason I was looking at it was because it has the license for all of the HBO content in Japan. So Netflix and nobody has Sopranos or anything now because Unext licensed it. So they have House of the Dragon and everything. So yeah, that was strange. I guess they're just trying to stand out, like to compete with those big platforms like Netflix. I guess you have to do something different, and that's a local thing that you can do in Japan that you couldn't do, like Netflix couldn't do. They'd have to have some company they were collaborating with to give you like points for movie tickets. Yeah, so I don't know. Sounds crazy. Oh yeah, right. There is a dating show called Next. Yeah, it sounds just like Next. Yeah. No, Matt, I have never. Yeah, I've never been to Hokkaido. I really want to go. All the Hokkaido style food and everything I've ever had is great. It looks like, from pictures I've seen, it looks like Wisconsin, basically. Like, so Hokkaido isn't as interesting as some other parts of Japan because it's a lot of flat farmland and things. So it'll look very much like the Midwest probably. Um, but my I think my father-in-law went to university there. But yeah, just never had the chance. I really want to. I really think that would be a nice place. I'd love to spend a winter, like actually have snow, heavy snow in winter. But that's something that nobody else I know wants to have. But yeah, Hokkaido's got some amazing food, and it's like has a huge dairy industry and beef and everything. So the all the beef and pork is really good, and a lot of good cheese and dairy stuff, good ice cream and all that good stuff. But they have they're more famous for the ramen. If you've ever had ramen, that's that kind of milky. It's the real pork fat milky soup. The tonkotsu soup is a more common style there, and so I've got a lot of vegetables that are specific to that region, and that pork fat soup is really good. Yeah, especially in the winter. There's just something really nice and substantial about that. But no, I've never been, and I was kind of turned off for a few years because for some reason Hokkaido, and specifically Sapporo, the city, the Sapporo beer. If you know Sapporo beer, Sapporo City was very popular with Chinese. I think it's very cheap. There were some cheap flights from China to Hokkaido, so a lot of Chinese tourists would use Hokkaido as like this step, and then take a domestic like budget flight for like $50 or whatever to the mainland, and then go to Tokyo or Kyoto. So it got overrun during that mass attack of Chinese tourists. It got overrun, so it was less and less appealing to even try to go to Hokkaido for a while. I think it was just tourists being thrifty, which is brutal. So yeah, that hasn't picked back up yet, and I don't think there's some kind of weird relationship with Japan and China now. I think the Chinese are there's not like a big protest or like a political thing, but I think the political relations are a little cold, so the tourists aren't returning in mass the way that they were, which is good. And I've also heard their economy is not doing great, so people aren't so confident that they have money to throw around like they used to. So I don't want to go back to those days of horrible tourist infestation here. That was really brutal. A tourist economy is just like the worst way to live, and especially then because then if you're relying on Chinese tourism, the Chinese government can muscle you for threaten your economy by banning tourism in your country, which happens a lot in Southeast Asia. Very small Southeast Asian countries that got some Chinese tourism going get threatened, and they do whatever. You have to do whatever they ask you to do, which is usually mineral rights or all kinds of like lopsided trade agreements, or they'll cut off the tourism stream. So I just hate. Japan is just too beautiful and too safe a country for tourism, so it's too desirable as a tourist destination. But I'd like to see it get a lot less friendly, just just for my old grumpy peace and quiet. It's just a personal thing. These damn tourists. I don't know. Oh yeah, speaking of dating shows, so there's some YouTuber that covered this horrible dating show. I think it's just on a YouTube channel. I think it was like made for YouTube, called The Button, and two people sit across from each other, and they have like 60 seconds or whatever to make small talk and get to know each other. And there's a button, a big red button, like a Office Depot commercial kind of button in between them, and there's a speaker on the button, and after this certain amount of time, like this buffer time, the button lights up red, and at that point either of them can push the button to reject the other person. And it is just brutal. Yeah, I think it's just called the button. It is really, really brutal. Like, so people get this weird survival instinct, and they are just like, mid-sentence. So they're just talking to someone to distract them and hitting the button to reject them. And yeah, it's really... maybe we should make this ice cream like chubby and sweaty. That might be more funny, or might be funnier looking. But it's just brutal, and it like gives you hints about how unpleasant Zoomer dating must be. Yeah, something like this. But I can't believe, how like how this weird self-preservation thing kicks in, and the next people that come after you reject somebody, the next people that come, they know how long you've been sitting there, so they know how like dangerous you are. So they're also getting ready to like hit the button on you, no matter what you look like or whatever. So the I forget the time. If you talk to each other for like 5 or 10 minutes, then they offer you an all expenses paid date together. And so that each one of these like little YouTube things tries to end, with a couple being made. So once you go on long enough and no one's hit the button on each other, you get to go on a date together, and the show pays for it. And if there's a stall, if there's a lag in the conversation, that speaker on the button will ask a question. So it asks these really like, horrible kind of provocative questions that, and kind of outs people, like their, weird hobbies or their weird habits, like nervous habits or physical things or whatever. It's really weird. So it's very provocative, the questions that the little speaker has, or the kind of suggestions for questions or topics of conversation, is very weird and provocative. It's a real mean-spirited show. Perfect for YouTube. Just, built for a YouTube audience. Yeah, I forget the company that does it, but I think it's one of those companies that just tries to do very clickbaity, kind of entertainment. Online. The button. Yeah, just search on YouTube for the button. Yeah, and Netflix, I think it's Netflix. Either Netflix or Hulu in Japan is just full of, and they're like super international. So they'll have the same dating show in a few different countries and a few different languages and stuff, and it'll all be on Japanese streaming. So it's really funny to see culturally how different people are. Like the dating shows that are meant to be really cruel, the reality shows that are really, really cruel, and real backstabby and kind of people forming weird little alliances and stuff. It's so subtle and so quiet and so gentle, the Japanese version, that it's much less like it's not satisfying maybe for like American audiences. Hey Yum, how's it going? Yeah, so I think that's really funny when you see the same premise, like the same system, same premise, the same rules of a game show or of a dating show, done in different cultures, and it they treat it very, very differently. All right. Maybe ice cream. That might work. So where is this one? Okay. Yeah, we'll just do we'll just do 2 little ice cream cones. Maybe some melting or something. I don't know. It might be funny. He's melting. His size made him melt faster. I like the chubby ice cream cone. Yeah, maybe a little chubbier might be better. A little chubbier. Just so there's more of a difference, because I made this one a little thicker too. Sure. Yeah, that works. Uh, Thanks, yeah, I'm doing some ice cream cones. There's a show called F Boy Island. There's a show called F Boy Island. The genuine guys mixed up with F boys. The girl chooses the F guy, you get some money. The other guys they share it. So the girl chose the F boy, but the show scammed him and gave her the money. Oh boy. F boy Island. What is going on with your country? That's really funny. Yeah, I thought America was the king of the trashy reality shows. That sounds pretty bad. That's funny. Yeah, yeah. So some of that stuff is pretty brutal, and they have to be so careful because, people are a lot more delicate. Um, and as these shows get more cruel, I mean, you could have suicides. Wasn't there? Yeah, it seems that seems to always be the case. There's always like suicides or something. These don't look like muffins at all. Um, it seems that this. I think I've done this joke before too. It looks kind of like a similar thing. These drawings are not great. Um, yeah, but I know with some of those daytime talk shows, I think they had a suicide, like a coming out, like they had a weird show back in the 90s where I think somebody killed themselves. They were outed on the show as gay, and it like they uh, the show did it to have some to come out and then confess feelings for some like childhood friend or whatever of the person they had on, and ended up, I think, in suicide. So they got to be careful with those shows if they're too brutal, because of course you just have to go into it knowing anybody that wants to be on this show is already mentally unstable. They're thinking of it as like it's going to help their music career, or it's going to they're going to be famous in some way. So anybody that auditions for those shows is just already a little what is it, neurodivergent. That's not the correct use of that, but yeah, maybe some. No, it's less yellow, isn't it? It's more like a neutrally color. Yeah, maybe like that for muffin paper. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, what was I've almost yeah, that's right. There was a weird I watched the Japanese version of one where you didn't get to see the person. You had like this long talking relationship through like a screen. There were two rooms with just divided by like a a paper screen or whatever. So you couldn't see each other, but you could talk to each other. And so people chose a partner based on just these conversations. And the Japanese version was very interesting. The age differences was surprising between the what they allowed for age difference, because there were like most people in their 20s, and then there was a guy in his 40s. It was pretty odd, but culturally, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't strange here. But for me, it was a little like uncomfortable because immediately there was like weird daddy issues and stuff that came up. All right. But yeah, everybody was so polite, and very subtle, quiet tears and things. It wasn't as bombastic and crazy as a lot of the American shows. But I didn't make it anywhere. I didn't make it very far. And they don't have those kind of shows aren't on regular Japanese television. I think because the viewership is so much older. Maybe I should. No, I guess pink is good. But maybe a fluorescent-y pink. Maybe because the your viewership is older, that kind of stuff is only on cable and streaming. It's never on regular daytime. Joe, I can't even imagine. Justice for F boys. Oh man, nice. Don't ask, Matt. Don't ask. It's not. You don't want to hear the definition of an F boy. Or are you one yourself? Are you just saying that because you know that that's what? Oh man. All right. So what is in these? What is in these muffins? So I'm gonna do something very crazy looking. So maybe that like kind of like M&M type looking things. Oh, maybe go outside will be good. Yeah. Like something sitting on top. And one more, maybe a bright orange color. Sure. Yeah, trashy television. It's funny because of the older age of the TV watching, with the TV audience in Japan. They have a funny. It's almost like frozen in time. There's like a funny retro kind of feeling to a lot of the shows. Oh, maybe a little warmer. Because they still have a lot of panel shows and things that like were popular in the 60s and 70s on American television. But I think they've been a staple since the 60s and 70s here. It's just that there's still enough of an audience for it. All right, so a bran muffin and some. Just couldn't understand what these young muffins were all about. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go that dad joke with the joke. I'll have to figure something out. All right. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, okay. So I should probably... Wait. What am I not... Is this on a different layer? It's all there. Is it... Oh, it's just not dark enough. Wow, you can't even see it on the chocolate. That's interesting. Haven't had that before. Okay, well, let's switch over to this one. So I might have to do a layer of darker shadow so you can actually see it on the chocolate. So I want to give some, 3D to the little candy bits, whatever these are. The delicious toppings. All right. Huh. So I can do, yeah, there we go. Just do this. And then I'll lighten it up a little. All right. And then bring it down. Yeah, I guess that That works. It's kind of visible. The boring muffin. Oh. All right. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the highlight works, but the shadow doesn't. Oh yeah, I should actually maybe do some really bright highlights on that. Whew. There we go. Yeah, looks like nightmarish jelly beans or something. All right. Oh yeah, the Truman Show. Yeah, that's right. That was like a game show, like a reality show thing, wasn't it? Except it was a lifetime, a lifetime show, lifelong show. Yeah, what happened to Jim Carrey? I guess he just got a little bit weird, but he was. I guess he. No, I guess he always did kind of. Odd movies, but it seemed like for a while, because yeah, Truman Show was one of those very that is more of like a Tom Hanks kind of role or whatever. So I'm surprised he didn't get more roles like that, because it was mostly like very screwy, very Dumb and Dumber and kind of screwball comedies. He was really good in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. If you ever want to see if you haven't seen that movie and you want to see a really good Jim Carrey performance, that's actually remarkable that's him. It's a really good story. But yeah, a surprising Jim Carrey role. Just like if you're not an Adam Sandler fan, you should watch Punch Drunk Love. He's surprisingly good in that. I don't think I've ever seen him in another drama that I thought was very good. But yeah, Punch Drunk Love is an insanely good Adam Sandler performance, and Eternal Sunshine is a really good Jim Carrey. But I think a lot of that was propped. What's her face is in it from Titanic, and she's amazing. So I think she helped him a lot be more interesting on screen, or more relatable or something. I don't know, because she was playing the kind of manic pixie dream girl, but not really. I think they subverted that thing really well. All right, so let's do a light blue ice cream. So we'll kind of do a tribute to the. So how about? Yeah. Okay, so we'll do this. The smaller one will be the light blue ice cream. One right there. Oh, a little bit lighter. Yeah, I read that screenplay, the Eternal Sunshine screenplay, leaked online. So it's a not George Sanders, the guy, the guy that writes the good screenplays. Charlie Kaufman. It's a Charlie Kaufman screenplay. Oh, no, Unknown Girl. That's right. That's right. Uncut Gems was good too. That was a good performance too. That was a pretty intense movie. Yeah, that's true. Uncut Gems was good. Adam Sandler. I'm just so like all the garbage stuff that he does on Netflix and stuff. There's so many terrible Adam Sandler movies on streaming that I'm so afraid of when I see him in a movie. Because after those 90s comedies, yeah, it's just like he did some really click, and that wasn't for streaming, but some really, really weak, maybe a little fleshier looking, really weak stuff. That's too. So fleshier, that's too dark. Yeah. Oh, I'm not even looking at what my stream is looking like, and my green screen sucks, and my microphone placement sucks. Of course. Yeah, Uncut Gems was good. Yeah, I really liked how tense that was. Like this guy trying to keep, you know, stay ahead of everything falling apart. That was pretty intense, pretty good. All right, and the cone color. Yeah, right. It does. It does seem like I think Red Letter Media did that thing where it's like, are these just money laundering scams? I mean, does he really just like, let's go on safari in Africa, and while we're there, we'll make a movie, and so then it gets paid for, and invite everybody we know. Yeah, I don't like that when you can feel that in productions that it's just people taking advantage of a system, and it's just like, yeah, the studio, as long as you make us money, whatever, do whatever you want, and all the people's kids showing up in things. Like they had that whole storyline in Thor: Love and Thunder where the kids of Asgard or whatever are kidnapped, and it was just it was the director and everybody's kids from the production that played the roles. So there were no child actors that actually got roles. It was, I mean, there may be a few, but mostly it was just the cast's kids. So then they could get to have them on set and whatever. It's just just do your job. Quit gaming the system. Do your damn job and spend time away from your family. And weirdly fall in love with your co-stars and destroy your life and pay alimony forever. That's a actor's job. All right. Oh, it doesn't show up on the blue. A little bit better on the pink. Yeah. Yeah, who else? Somebody else now seems to have a Netflix scam deal. Forget, but it seems like that Adam Sandler thing. Yeah, right. He's like, "Where's Wally?" or "Where's Waldo?" Rob Schneider. Got to keep an eye out for Rob Schneider. Uh, yeah, and I think Rob Schneider is the reason that everybody confuses Judge Dredd, the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd, and Demolition Man, is because he's in both of those movies, and everyone's like, "Wait, is it? Is it? This is Rob Schneider and Sylvester Stallone." So okay, so this is Judge Dredd, right? No, it's Demolition Man. All right. Yeah, the funniest thing about the internet is, no matter how shitty a movie is, there's always someone that it's like their favorite movie. So you can always find a movie review of somebody saying, "Oh, I love this movie. This is so wonderful." So somebody somewhere just thinks it's amazing. But I guess that's everybody has your paraphilia. Agrees with your paraphilias and everything too. Oh man. Cosmo and Wanda ice cream. Is that a Cosmo and Wanda? Is that a Fairly Odd Parents reference? I'm trying to think of. All right. Oh yeah. So I should make the. I wanted to make this ice cream look a little meltier, like it was hotter for some reason. All right. And something in the shadow as well. Ah. We're watching trailers People who worked on the films write good. Oh, jeez. Yeah, good reviews about it. Yikes. Her mom said it would never work. Nice. Plus size ice cream. Yeah, ice cream in plus size. It's not quite like comically big enough, is it? Yeah, it's just miltier. All right. Well, we'll see. Did I finish? Oh, I finished both of them. I'm less in love with this muffin one. I liked it when I was just doodling before the stream started. We'll see. It looks very... maybe a little bit bigger. Everything looks a little stranded. A little bit more. All right. Nice. Okay, so let's take a break and run through another month of cartoons on the in the archive here. Okay. Comments. There we go. There we go. Everything's still kind of there. Okay, so I gotta actually be in the window. Let me jump back to... Why is everything just stop? There we go. Sorry, the OBS had everything all highlighted, so I couldn't see the screen very well. Okay, where did we leave off? April. Oh, that's right, April 1st, 2006 was the last one. So, what was April 1st? Oh, yeah, that's right. So, everywhere she could feel the slow melt of ice cubes she had once loved. Yeah, I like the idea of a boozy, kind of older champagne bottle. All right. Let's try April 2nd. Yeah, still per day, one per day. The mug was sad, far beyond the small quantity of milk it had once contained. So crying over spilt milk, I guess, was the joke, but it didn't quite. So the coffee contained a little bit of milk, and the milk was sad over the spilt milk, but it wasn't that much. Ay. All right. Well, there we go. A jelly donut. Unable to see around to his backside, the donut lived in a limbo between cream or jelly filled. So he couldn't see that little... Oh, that's so sad that 20 years later this is making me laugh. He couldn't see the little injection site, so he has no idea whether he's cream or custard or jelly or what. That's a hard life. So it really hurts. It really hurts to laugh at some of these sad and funny. Ouch. Oh, Maui Mike, you got the best quotes. I'm gonna keep copying Maui Mike's quotes. 5. Is that a 5 or 6? 6. Okay. Oh, all lowercase. All right. And it's liked. Oh, there we go. One of my secret hatreds. Egg salad. This live stream is just therapeutic. The hot car was never meant to keep egg salad for very long. Yeah, that was always, it seemed like a curse as in childhood, like family picnics, and always there's someone trying to push egg salad on you, and like sun warmed room temperature or summer temperature egg salad is the most disgusting thing ever. So lots of childhood trauma based on egg salad. Oh, Matt says the muffin looks like a cupcake with the top chewed off. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was gonna go for bran muffin, but it does look like a topless. Ooh, a topless muffin. Oh, Matt might be onto something. Oh, here we go. Yeah, some I think I got a fan, a lifelong fan, just with this. But a couple people bring up this cartoon to me for some reason. So Cinnamon Toast, and his messy joyfulness were contagious. And is joyful have a double L? Oh no, does it? Joyful. No, that's a typo. No, oh wait. Oh. No, it's a typo. God damn. That was one of my favorite ones, and it always had a double L. That's good. Nobody saw it. Yeah, but from the website, I think there were a lot of people that said this was one of their favorites, even with a typo. So let me put this in my corrections file. Why did I think double L? Yeah, there's some funny typos in here. Oh yeah, 1L joyfulness. All right, how are we doing? Okay. There we go. Yeah, we're still in kind of that golden era. The act of brewing left him with less energy for much else. Or left them with less energy for much else. Nice. Let's see. Juxtapose an S and a C for the B and oh my. The act of screwing. The act of screwing. Oh, Maui Mike. Yeah, I need to make more coffee filter sex jokes. All right, next. Once the cap of spray paint was filled with fruit punch, nothing was ever the same again. Who the hell lives like this? Yeah, I think we've been here before. Uh-oh. Yum got censored. Oh, no. I totally missed it. Where are we here? So I'm looking at the mixed chat, so I don't see any of the... Oh, yeah, I don't even see it as a... Oh, and let's not duplicate my voice. Yum got censored. I'm sorry. I swear that on Abuse Cartoons, I tried to turn off all of the filters and everything. That's so weird. Yeah, I don't see it. It's not being held for review, so it might have just bounced. I don't see anything. Sorry, Yum. Real strict. We're watching you. All right. Get back to the whichever window. Still in April. So April 8th. Once below 50 degrees, the thermostat knew that temperature was not his to regulate. All right. So a thermostat argument. Hey, Kane, how's it going? Draw your face. All right. Oh, are you coming in on YouTube there? There we go. Oh. All right. So, thermostat jokes. And April 9th. Bubbles were the least of the box of baking soda's worries. So, box of baking soda underwater. Yeah, that used to be the thing. This is definitely dating me, but the 80s were the end of the little toys and cereal boxes where you needed to add baking soda. So it was like a scuba diver or a submarine or something, and you filled it with baking soda and you put it in water and it bubbled and rose to the surface. So baking soda was a special effect underwater. That's an oldie. All right, April 10th. The abrupt departure of the salad fork meant the dessert spoon faced the future alone. Look at that 80s colored napkin. Oh, this is the t-shirt. Oh, That's right. I said I was going to wear that T-shirt, and I never did. Yeah. I should get that T-shirt. Okay, I'm going to get that T-shirt right now, or else I'm never going to remember again. So hold on for a second. I will be right back. All right. I guess I should hold this up on a bigger thing, but yeah. So here, this is exactly. So that's the T-shirt that I was talking about. So yeah, I did these as free, like a single color, free T-shirt as a giveaway, and it's a beefy tee, isn't it? Oh, what a nice shirt! um, it was a giveaway for Comic-Con, and the order got screwed up, so it got delayed. There was a problem with the file, and so they didn't make the screen in time, and then they charged me a rush fee, so they were a little bit expensive for giveaway shirts. So I gave away a few, but because I have a URL on them, I didn't want to sell them, so I still have a box of those shirts, but it's based on this cartoon, yeah, and it just said "Abuse Me" in that font at the top, and then the URL. But the cereal box felt violated after the toy prize search. Yeah, so sometimes the toy would be between the box and the bag, and then most of the time it was inside, so you dug your hand all the way to the bottom. I'll recreate it. I'll have to. 'Cause I have no idea what condition the shirts are going to be in that are in storage in the U.S. So they may not be. I mean, they're 15-year-old shirts. I'm sure they need recycled, but I will. I can make a reproduction of that. So I know I'll make a note too of which cartoon that was. But yeah, so, and I thought saying "abuse me" was a funny, dangerous thing for people to wear walking around a comic book convention. So it was kind of a dare giveaway shirt, and yeah, and I traded some with I like Shannon Wheeler and a couple of the comics people that I know. We traded T-shirts, so it worked well in that way. But yeah, it was just a cereal box joke. Nice. Yeah, K5, you can frame it. Yeah, it's. I mean, the old ones are a pre-Hollywood San Diego Comic-Con classic. Before that poor convention stopped becoming a comic book convention and became a movie movie trailer convention. All right, next one. Yeah, so I should find a good print-on-demand service that can make those again and just recreate the graphic. All right, April 12th. The beauty of a just washed glass almost brought the butter to tears. A just washed glass. The butter is overcome. I don't know why the butter would be overcome. There we go. Another box. April 13th. First thing in the morning. The last thing pancake mix wanted to see were raw eggs. Yeah, so like like a Bisquick or kind of pancake mix, biscuit mix joke. Oh yeah, it is pancake mix specifically, not raw eggs. April 14th. The time clock could not endure another punch. Yeah, that was the 2006, 2003. Yeah, the last of the mechanical time clocks. Everybody started doing. A lot of places, yeah, switched to the digital. April 15th, 2006, the vinyl record felt the sting of obsolescence. Oh, yeah, and there's the little paper sleeve. The generic paper sleeve. Let's see what comment we got from Andre. Well, nowadays, the strip is as is as more obsolete than the vinyl record. The vinyl is regaining their popularity and collectors buying and selling more than ever. This strip seems a bit silly. Uh, yeah, okay. Not more than ever. They're collector's items. There's no mass. I mean, compared to like the vinyl that was pressed in the 70s and or in the 60s and 70s, it's nothing compared to what they do now. They do those heavy, high quality vinyl pressings of releases, but yeah, I mean, there's a collector's market, but vinyl is obsolete. That's just a fact. This strip is obsolete. The defender of vinyl. All right. April 16th, 2006. After jogging, the sweat sock was certain he was being punished for something. Is that, yeah, it's on screen. Oh, no problem. Yeah, I'll find a place to recreate that. Um, I think, yeah, I think the those print on demand, they'll print on black. They'll print like a 2-pass white on black, so it'll be nice and strong. But I'll recreate that graphic because I have no idea what happened to that file. I think I just converted the bitmap to a vector file, and then scaled it. But yeah, I'll recreate that without the URL. I think it's a better shirt if it doesn't say anything on it. But that would be fun. Oh yeah, and that would be that would work well as a thing for the 20th anniversary too. A 20th anniversary shirt. The shirt's not quite that old, but pretty old. Oh, there we go. Here's another. So this is that era where I had some real good, nice economic, simple simple jokes. Nothing surprised a bucket. So whatever that is, the bucket is not surprised. Yeah, the hard life, hard life of a bucket. All right. Yeah. So a lot of this era was the sticker era. The empty jar of sweet pickles could not get the little spoon off his mind or out of his head. All right. Please don't use big brain words in the chat. Wait, you're here now to approve my obscenities. we everyone approves of your obscenities, yeah. That's right, K5. I'll sign you your titties and you can have it tattooed with that little squiggle. Oh man. See, I know my little cartoon never reached the height of the heights of most other cartoonists' success, because no one ever approached me at one of those comic shows to show me their tattoo of a little stack of pancakes that I'd drawn on their leg. All right. Blueberry pancakes, like troubles, often came in threes. All right. Yeah, this is definitely that kind of peak time, 2003. Yeah. There was only one way to be refolded, and this wasn't it. Oh, sorry, I'm off screen. Alright, the power strip. Oh, this is, where are we? April 21st. The power strip felt his surge protection go unused. Nothing exciting. No surges in his life. Sports drink was tired of all the aggressive jocularity. All right, crushing the bottle. April 23rd. Once she had left the cup, the teabag felt herself grow cold and distant and leaking all over the counter. Yeah, so occasionally I come back to that goofy romance theme. Oh, check. 24th. The unplugged lamp and burnt out light bulb had more to overcome than simply oh boy, this needs to fix, doesn't it? Had more to overcome than simply lack of illumination. I guess it's okay. Yeah, lack of illumination. The unplugged lamp and burnt out light bulb had more to overcome than simply lack of illumination. So there are relationship issues. They needed to work something out between them, and it wasn't about being lit. Amongst timepieces, it was more about style than accuracy. None of those are very good drawings of watches. Ugh. I think that was one that was drawn in a batch that I was like, I guess that kind of works. Style over accuracy. Hot Tea had about 10 minutes before he had to rethink his identity and become room temperature tea. 27th, fabric softener gave everyone a false sense of security. Softening, making things easier. That is a wacky looking sock. A false sense of security. So yeah, I guess softening everything. The wine glass could tell that the date was going badly by the chewing gum and the crying woman at the table. Oh, that's the first time I kind of broke the rule of people exist. You know, like people are in this world. But yeah, I thought the gum on the wine glass was funny enough to risk it. I don't know why there's a placemat at this restaurant though. Yeah, crying woman at the table. So the first time, yeah, for these inanimate objects to actually acknowledge that there's people. All right, and 29th of April. The microwave painfully counted the seconds remaining, still shaken from the exploding sausage incident. Is that? Oh, there's the face on the end. Yeah, so blowing up hot dogs or whatever in the microwave. All right, I think we got a couple more. April 30th. If anything, it should have been the crackers that were kicked out of bed. So there's another one, yeah, acknowledging people. So someone was kicked out of bed for eating crackers, and but the crackers stayed in bed, and all their little crumbs. All right, and let's take a look at what's starting in May. Oh, there we go. The egg carton hoped to meet a more dignified end. Had hoped to meet a more dignified end than becoming a caterpillar kindergarten art project. All right, so we'll stop. Yeah, we'll stop at May 1st. Yeah, these daily ones. That makes a month hard to get through. All right. Wow. Yeah, thanks again, K5. That's a good idea to go back through these. I'm finding, a lot of stuff I forgot about. And it's interesting, too, because that first year, the website was very different. The Go Comics website wasn't very good for discoverability and stuff. They hadn't had their ad model and stuff worked out. Once they started doing the subscription model and things, I think it worked a lot better. So that whole first year of stuff that I posted on the site is mostly unviewed. It's people like, Maui Mike and people that go back through. They like the more recent ones, and then they go back to the beginning and go through that have seen anything. But yeah, I'm surprised how much stuff is still on here. I mean, it's thousands, so I guess a few hundred being ignored is fine. Oh no. What? Did I miss something? And it was all live. Jeremy, please delete the VOD. What? Oh, I missed something here. Oh, Abyss. Oh, nice. Oh, sorry. I was just kind of blah, 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 blah going along. You got to drop in on Upturned Table. Yeah. And talk to Abyss. Yeah, Yum and Abyss we get along. Yeah, Yum is from Abyss is from the Netherlands, right? Yeah, Netherlands. Yeah, I don't think Abyss is shown up here. Oh yeah. Yeah, Yum has popped in on painting streams and stuff. Yeah. Nice. All right. What have you done, man? Oh, that's fine. It's like spaghetti every night. All of that was live. Which video is it? Oh, that's funny. Oh, sorry. Okay. Ah, I see. Yeah, K5 is oh, what's the reverse of that? Or what's the other gendered version? I was going to use the expression cock blocking, but I don't think that applies the other way around. All right. Anyhow, let's get away from. There we go. So back to the writing part. There we go. All right. Still can't find a good mic position. Yeah, but now I have the. I know which cartoon I use for that. Oh yeah, maybe I should do a different, because I can use any graphic. I could do an Abuse Me cartoon and use any graphic. So maybe I should find something a little more, yeah, visually dynamic. So we're doing ice cream jokes. I'm totally lost in the chat. All right. So yeah, for the ice cream. Oh yeah, what was the plus size? I don't want to be making too horrible a fat joke, but plus size might. I like plus size. Plus size. Is it sized or size? Plus sized. Yeah, because then it would be hyphenated, right? Oh, size. Now everyone is using plus size. Hyphen no D. If you can trust what Google's all about. So struggled to plus size ice cream. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. Sancho. Oh, like Sancho. Is it? Oh, that's Sancho. Is that a Don Quixote reference? I don't know. Yeah, plus size ice cream. So the size. This shouldn't be a thing. Should not be a thing. Actually, the ice cream cone color should be brighter yellow. Sorry. Yeah, or more saturated. Like this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Plus size ice cream. ... plus sizes. 2 on the nose, or it was 2. Yeah, something about plus size ice cream making plus size people. The adoption or the invention of plus size ice cream was too on the nose, too specific. Ah, yeah, I'm out of I'm out of the Spanish slang. Ooh, there you go. I don't think I've ever heard that before. All right. Or maybe plus size is something that should never, ice cream should never call itself, or shouldn't exist in the world of ice cream. I don't know. Yeah, was not a term. Yeah, I don't know. Could understand plus size. Shouldn't apply to ice cream. Should never be used to describe. And then it'd have to be in quotes. Ice cream coming in plus sizes. Yeah, I like how gentle that plus size, a plus size ice cream sounds very American. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Oh, fat free. Oh, there we go. K5, that's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Plus size, fat free ice cream. That's a great. Yeah, that's a great great combination. Plus size. Was just confusing. Plus size, fat free ice cream was was not meaningless. Was contradiction. Was a seemed to violate some law of nature. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, like some meeting on an app. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ice cream cones. Dating apps for ice cream cones. This is getting way. We're doing too much world building in this in this cartoon. Uh, I like that app. Yeah, I like the app thing. Uh, so the contradiction, I like plus size and fat free is good, and meeting for the first time, or them meeting face to face. He was expecting fat free. Fat free and plus size. Ah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, fat free and sugar free is good too. Yeah. Oh, sugar free ice cream. Well, it's getting worse and worse, isn't it? Um. Yeah. Or what's another dating term so we could do like plus size, fat free. So like a profile plus size, fat free, and um enjoys long walks on the beach. I don't know. Uh, 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 just confusing. So he was expecting plus size, but was thrown off by fat free. Sugar free diet ice cream. Plus size ironically added up to this. Oh yeah, right. The same amount of calories. Yeah, that would be. Um, Oh, so they're actually the same. That's good. Visually, that works pretty well. Um, so plus size and fat free actually made them the exact same ice cream cone. Catfished. Yeah, right. Catfish flavored ice cream. Yeah, feeling so cat. That's such a that might not age well. I guess it's been around for a while though, that term. But yeah, I like ice cream on dating apps. That's really funny, but I don't think I can make it make sense. That might just be confusing. Um, so her being plus size and fat free actually made them the exact same. Yeah, yeah, that's really funny though that they're actually the same thing. Catfished by ice cream. She looked she looked less plus size and more fat free in her photos. Um, oh yeah, so just the fact that they're okay. So she looked less plus size and more fat free in her photos. She looked less plus size and more fat free in her photos. And so that implies that they're meeting for the first time and he's only seen pictures of her. Why would there be pictures of ice cream cones? It's so ridiculous. She looked less plus size and more fat free in her photos. I don't know. Yeah, K5, that works. Her profile said, yeah, I like that idea of the ice cream cones meeting and not being what they expected. She looked less plus size and more fat free in her photos. All right. Oh, thanks. Okay, I think yeah, we'll stick with that because it implies the dating thing, which is already ridiculous enough. And I don't want to reference anything that's gonna like put it in time, even though I do that a lot with referencing like advertising and stuff. But any vocabulary that's gonna be like, huh, or terms, lingo. She looked less plus size and more fat free in her photos. Okay. I'm not making fun of fat chicks. All right. So I was going to the topless muffin is pretty funny though. That's a pretty funny idea. But yeah, the idea was going to be it was just a boring bran muffin, and like a generation gap or a like he's in the not caring how fattening they were. The drawings are not very good though, very weird as far as muffin shape. Bran muffin, so I'll name felt top. I like the topless, like something something I bet. Stay away from the. Oh, Matt, damn, that's good. The edge of the tray, that's really good. Oh, that's really good. The edge of the tray. Oh, nice. So, so it had finally reached the edge of the tray. I like edge of the tray is such a funny term for edgy edgy muffins. mean, I don't need to say plain. That's kind of a little bit redundant. The furthest edge of the tray. The very edge of the tray. No fat chicks. Yeah, edge of the tray is really good. Yeah, so the original idea was just like something better left to the young. Like the bran muffin was, yeah, no longer capable of of being that way. But that doesn't. Yeah, they don't. Muffins don't have a lifespan or maturity, so that it's goofy. It doesn't make sense that something would change. He was born a bran muffin, and he would. Yeah, edge of the tray is really good. Is there anything else? Something about the bran muffin chronicles. Hey, Robbie, how's it going? Uh, yes, yeah. Now we're just doing the writing the captions, the joke, the funny part. Bran muffin felt he had finally reached the edge of the tray. Yeah, so maybe, yeah, things had finally gotten to the point where, up a little bit, there we go. The edge of the tray. Such edgy muffins. All right. Yeah, I think I did a muffin joke where there were like staples and broken crayons and stuff in a muffin. So that's what this reminded me of. I finally reached the edge of the tray. I think that works. I love edge of the tray. That's such a funny. Oh yeah. Actually, they're cupcakes, right? Yeah, yeah. They would be cupcakes. Yeah. Yeah. So a bran muffin and crazy cupcakes. Yeah, topless is good though too. Going topless would be more liberating. So a topless muffin, a topless cupcake. Yeah, I guess the sprinkles and stuff definitely read as cupcake more than muffin. I'm just thinking of those crazy, like the bakeries that start to do those giant, like human heart-sized muffins with all the chunks of like chocolate bar and crazy, uh, ingredients on top. So it's like it just looks like a piece of birthday cake rather than a muffin. Yeah. Yeah, edge of the tray though. I think that I like that. Yeah. Yeah, knew he was adopted. There we go. Adopted. His cupcake parents finally confessed. Son, you've never been a cupcake. Yeah, that's true. Muffin and stale muffin standoff. That's good. Yeah, the muffin top thing. I was thinking about that, like a topless joke. He was going topless. Sus muff. Uh, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with edge of the tray. I really like that. That's really funny because it's like a fake '80s, like one of the shots in a bad '80s movie where they're like, "Whoa, the kids in this neighborhood are crazy." Yeah, showing the punk kids or whatever in a certain situation. The bran muffin felt he had finally reached the edge of the tray. All right, things got edgy. Muffin top monologues. Nice. I like the adopted thing though too. Cupcakes were explaining to their bran muffin son that he was adopted. All right, yeah, I think we'll go with both of those. Although once you hyphenate something, it doesn't check the spelling anymore. I hate that about Photoshop. So the she looked less plus size and more fat free in her photos. The bran muffin felt he had finally reached the edge of the tray. Yep. Okay. Like the movie The Jerk. I was born. I was born the child of a poor chocolate muffin. The Jerk. I haven't seen that in such a long time. Yeah, that's crazy. Like peak Steve Martin when he was like doing like stadiums and stuff with his wild and wild and crazy guy. Yeah, that's right. The rabbit ears. That's so funny. I think I listened to the audiobook, his biography, that was about that time, like that huge, and it always ends. That's so funny. Those comedians that like hit something and do those, can do giant stadium tours. It always just kind of disappears. They like leave the, zeitgeist or the public, the thing that's going on. It just like becomes an old joke, even though they, some of those comedians still hang in there, but they never have that like crazy like 10,000 people screaming screaming laughing over their stand-up. It's really crazy. Okay, I think these will do it. So just gonna put these in a folder so I don't forget. All right. Oh yeah, that's true. The Jerk has a lot of stuff that might not play well. Yeah, you definitely couldn't make that script, and especially those writers. That whole style of comedy, like the early like Blazing Saddles and stuff. Like you couldn't even go near that kind of stuff anymore. Yeah, that whatever 70s edgy, I guess it was, whatever you'd call that. Yeah, there's just no way. Save it for YouTube, I guess. Right? Or maybe not even YouTube. Save it for one of the alternative platforms. All right, we'll leave these like that and close this out. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the other. There's a lot of goofy. He hates these cans. It's been a long time since I've seen that. That was another one of those movies that like early cable, like early HBO or whatever, it was on all the time. Steve Martin, the Jerk. Yeah, I wonder if like younger generations probably just Steve Martin is just weird now, because isn't he doing he does all his like banjo stuff and everything now, so people might not even know he was a stand-up. He's just an old guy that plays the banjo with Martin Short. Yeah, that's funny. All right, let me just upload these and we can try some tablet ice cream in tablet form. I have no idea. There we go. All right, yes, so we'll switch over to the convenience store. This was, finally I found something odd again in the convenience store. It seemed like it'd been forever. All right, so that can go away. All right, so there'll be a mysterious microphone sticking out of the aisle of the convenience store, but let's give it a shot. All right, so I hope it's not going to key out this week. I bring you the Blue Seal tablet ice cream. So Blue Seal, what is Blue Seal? So Blue Seal tablet. So what a terrible name for a candy. So they're just calling it Blue Seal tablet, and as you can see, it is actually a tablet. So it's like a big sweet tart, I think. But what is Blue Seal? So here's the logo down here. Blue Seal is a ice cream shop that is very popular in Okinawa. So wow. So originally it was created by the American military. So their little slogan, oh yeah, on the back here, on the back in Japanese, the slogan is "Born in America, raised in Okinawa." So when the American military, was stationed, so in 1948 they opened the first factory on a base. It is very military then. It's not on the military bases now. There's shops all over. But yeah, so I guess in 1948 they opened a factory on the base, and were only offered to Americans until 1963, and then the company began to sell it outside of the military bases. Wow, so Naha, the city, Naha was the first flagship store, and it's got a very distinctive, like it does this. That's why it's red, white, and blue. I guess that makes sense then. Or it's kind of orange. So the company was transferred to local ownership, and Okinawan flavors like sweet potato, bitter melon, and things were established. So yeah, that's the interesting thing about Blue Seal is now it's very Okinawa. So that's weird. It started as an American military ice cream factory. So they have classic flavors like mint chocolate chip and things like that, but they also have very local fruit flavors. So this one is actually shikusa. Shikusa sherbet is the flavor, and shikusa is like it's like a halfway between an orange and a lime. So it's like a green skinned orange. So very strong, it's very sour, or very strong citrus flavor, not super sour. So there's an ice cream flavor based on that citrus fruit, a sherbet based on that citrus fruit. This is a tablet, like a tablet candy, based on that ice cream. So I've seen Blue Seal, like little mini cups of ice cream and things. Occasionally, they have specialty stores and things that pop up that are all Blue Seal. And I think there is, Blue Seal in Tokyo, in like Shibuya or something. There's a Blue Seal ice cream shop. So they have very interesting flavors. It's very, it's lighter ice cream. It's not so milk fat heavy. And because they do a lot of fruit flavors, it's more sherbets and lighter, like less milky, less fatty stuff. So it's not like gelato, like real rich gelato style ice cream. It's more very light fruit flavors. So that's why they do all the local flavors. And the bag doesn't want to open. And also, so design, like, so I said, like all the shops have the stripe pattern, and then also you see the flower, like the floral, almost like Hawaiian Pacific Island design. Oh yeah, it's gonna be very sour. Yeah, so it's like just like a tangier orange is what it smells like. But why not a gummy or a hard candy or something? Why tablet? That's so weird. So that's what immediately made me pick it up, because I recognized the Blue Seal from trips to Okinawa, but just to say tablet. So not even ice cream tablet or fruit something, just a tablet. So they're pretty soft. I mean, they're not that hard to a lot of, but pretty sour. Yeah, so very similar to a sweet tart, kind of sweet tart candy. Wow. But very natural flavor. It's definitely flavored by the, juice or the rind or something of the citrus. Wow. These are actually pretty good. So maybe just sucking on one is better. And there's vitamin B2. A lot of vitamin B2 in here. Yeah, so very similar to like a sweet tart, or I'm trying to think. Not as like starchy as like a Necco wafer or anything, but they're pretty easy to chew. I was imagining them to be a little bit harder. Not super chalky, pretty smooth. And very, very sour, like once you get into it. So it doesn't say... At least I guess like a sweet tart, you can just kind of keep it in your mouth for a while, or bite on it if you want the really hard, really strong flavor. Very strange, yeah. So there's nothing that makes it feel ice creamy. There's like other kinds of candy they could have made that would make it more like ice cream, like smoother or something. But the flavor is definitely there. It's weird. Imagine if someday, no more dairy products, no more anything allowed. So there's no more ice cream. It's only tablets that remind us of flavors of ice cream. Did you enjoy your dessert tablet? Yeah, so a very obviously Japanese, like the thinking behind the naming of this is very Japanese because it's super unappetizing, super uninspiring. Because a tablet sounds very medical, right? So have you had your Blue Seal tablet today to aid in digestion? So the flavor's not very strong if you just, suck on it. But but really sour. Yeah, it's really good though because so it's a very unique flavor. It doesn't taste like fake orange or fake lime or anything. It's a very natural fruit flavor. Wow. So strange, and such a strange... There was only one choice, like one flavor choice, so I don't know why they went with this kind of sour orange flavor. It's really sour. But, yeah, because I know they have there's a blue ice cream that is pretty good. I forget what flavor that is. But yeah, so they do, melons and Japanese sweet potato is nice. There's no list of flavors. But yeah, if you ever visit Okinawa or Shibuya, the store in Shibuya, you can try Blue Seal ice cream. So yeah, it's not available outside of Japan at all. And it's unique. It's not amazing. It's definitely a product. It feels very much like a product of the 60s. It still has that 60s ice cream parlor, and the range of flavors and everything feels like very 1960s America. And even the logo design and everything is very, very 1960s. But that's cool that they handed it over to local ownership, so it's actually benefiting for tourists and everything. That like, this is the only place I can try it, so everyone tries Blue Seal ice cream in Okinawa, and it's benefiting the local economy, which you can't say the military bases are doing at all. Yeah, very interesting. The choice of flavor, maybe it was an easier one to create in tablet form. But so for about $1, yeah, you get a couple dozen, maybe about 20 20 ice cream flavored tablets. So Blue Seal ice cream. Yeah, so if you ever get a chance, if you're ever in Okinawa, try some Blue Seal 1960s style ice cream. Wow. That's a real strange one. But it's good. It's been a while since there's been an odd snack. They've been pretty predictable lately, so Blue Seal ice cream in tablet form. Excellent. Yeah. Really, really sour. But in an interesting way. It's I think the citrus is used a lot on fish. So they have a lot of fish that are unique to the area and a lot of ways that they cook fish. And a lot of times you'll have like a citrus that you don't recognize on the plate to like squeeze over the grilled fish or whatever. So I think this one, what is it again? Shikusa is a very common one because it seems like that would be a nice complement to a lot of grilled fish flavors. Wow. Yeah, let me see if I can. I'll dig up a picture of Shikuasa. Yeah. So it looks like a an orange lime, basically. Let me find a good photo of it. Yeah, I've definitely had it like to squeeze onto fish and stuff. It's got a lot of seeds in it. Wow. Um, I guess. Yeah. Here we go. So here's a quick idea of what I'm talking about. So you see, kind of a lumpy lime orange thing. So it's the flesh of it is very orange colored, but the skin is kind of lumpy and green. So it looks like a small lime from the outside, and it is kind of, the flavor is halfway between a lime and an orange. So it's like a very sour orange, but not quite the craziness of lime. Like if you put it in a drink, it wouldn't work as well in like a mixed drink or a like a gin and tonic or whatever. Wow. Shikusa. Yeah, so that's not exactly how I thought it was spelled. Wow, what an ice cream flavor. Now we can I'll just submit this as my Shikusa cartoon. It works perfectly, doesn't it? For the So help me write the Shikusa joke. Wait. Here we have to put the it's not finished yet. Oh, we'll have to write this it has to be written only in Japanese though, but here we go. Look at this. There we go. So I just need to team up with a food photographer, and look at that. We're gonna have our own series of. So in Japan, I have to find a Japanese food photographer, and then we'll do a whole series of very gorgeously photographed food. Oh, cool. Yeah, you can get it in California. Wow. Oh, that's cool. They must have expanded. Yeah, I don't think the tablets are are anything great. It would make sense too that California, like places in California, would carry it because it's not. Yeah, it would be a very easy thing to export, and it's probably made very easily. See, suddenly everything becomes much easier. I have to draw much less. I just have to collaborate with a photographer. Yeah, I don't know anybody that photographs only food. I had a friend that photographed sex toys. He did when I was in LA. He did product shots for who was the very old school guy, like from the 70s, like Doctor something. He got a freelance job with him, and then got some pretty regular work, but was just doing the product shots, the studio product shots of sex toys for, I forget the company, Doctor something, because you need a medical professional to design all of your sex toys. Nice. Yeah. So very retro American diner theme for the Blue Seal ice cream. That's cool. You can get it in California. Nice. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, a lot of stuff has. I was surprised how much, like at even like Costco or whatever, the big stores, how much import stuff there was, because we could get in where was that? Chicago, I think. We could get the Ajinomoto gyoza, frozen gyoza at like Costco or Sam's Club or something. So, and those were like the actual Japanese made ones. So there's a lot of interesting export stuff. uh, yeah, that's really funny. All right, everything is uploaded. It's so funny. I haven't been reading any recent comments on the cartoon. I hope they they haven't taken a big dive. That would be really funny. People are like, I can't read this anymore. This is garbage. And I have no clue because I've been going through the old archives. That would be hysterical. Oh, maybe. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I should license a. There we go. I think I just got my idea for the cover of the anniversary book. Is I will license a like a royalty free, white background kitchen shot. Like go to one of the photo websites and just buy a photo of just like salt and pepper shakers or whatever, something that looks like one of my cartoons, but it's a real photo, and then just put the eyes on it. That would be a great book cover, because then I could just do like a white book cover with some bands of color or whatever. Well, that's good. Yeah, I think I found it. For Lives with the Rhymes. Yeah, so I'll have to take a look. So does anybody have a recommendation for like the best photo site for because there's all the standard stuff that's out there, and then the really low end kind of garbage stuff. So every time you do like image searches, you get hit by a lot of the trashier. But I'm wondering like what the best like higher level and more expensive is fine because it's for a book. But I should find something that would be really funny. So a totally like white background, something that's just like a collection of food or something that I could just put little eyes on. That'd be funny. Yeah, that'd be good. So kind of like the when they made Homer Simpson 3D 3D animation or whatever. It's real life. Yeah, if anybody has any recommendations, because yeah, just the standard ones. Oh, Shutterstock, that's right. That's the one that kind of dominates. The world's largest collection. Yeah, Pixabay is free with you credit, yeah, to the photographer. Let's see. Just do a quick kitchen background search. Yeah, there's a few like items, like yeah, tipped over jars and stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. That's funny. I can actually with multiple photos kind of create like a little still life, like do some photo editing and create a still life. That would be fun. Nice. I'm gonna Matt's kitchen will feature prominently on the cover of the. Nice. Oh yeah, iStock. Yeah, there's a surprising number of white background photos though, so it shouldn't be hard to do. I think that's what I'll do is do a real photo cover because that will look really strange, and yeah, kind of be funny. And actually, yeah, I might do some textures and things for backgrounds because I'm going to definitely do multiple images on the page, I think. So I'll need some, like countertop or tile kind of backgrounds to make it look like it's in different parts. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. So coffee cups and different kitchen utensils and stuff are available. Pixabay is the free one. Yeah, I wonder what the because there's so much trashy stuff out there. I wonder what the highest rated one is. Yeah, because Shutterstock has a lot of trash, but I guess yeah, they also have. It's so big that who knows. Oh. See, I'm doing off camera Google searches. Yeah, just some dishes or something would be cool. A little bowl of pasta. Wait, Matt's raising the price. Mm. Nice. Yeah, so find some nice things that have a flat surface that you could easily see eyes on. That would be fun. Huh, interesting. All right. Oh yeah, so it's getting after 4. I guess I still have some time. So yeah, what else is going on? All right. Yeah, it's funny. I guess yeah, there is a lot of, especially if you're doing illustration and stuff. Of course, they'd need a lot of white background stuff, and I can just keep the yeah. That's what I should do is just print it with the watermark on the cover. I actually almost did that. The coffee ring that I did for the first book cover. I didn't see like the way the monitor was adjusted. The watermark was almost invisible, and I just copied it. Edited the just the one little ring out of the photo, but I didn't realize there was still a little bit of weird watermark on there. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess I guess you just can't compile from Google Images. So I had to buy the image to get the version without the watermark because the coffee ring was so perfect. I wanted to use it, but I noticed the first time that I proofed the cover image is like, oh shit, there's watermark on there. I totally didn't see because I also put it on a layer and blended it with the that other texture that I had. Weird. Lots of dishes. Tableware. Ugh. Nice. Yeah, you gotta put like a series of X's or something so I know where to start reading. Yeah, definitely some stuff I can use. Oh, and they do have photos that are just collections. Oh, that looks like CG though. That are collections of items, and then that would let me. I can arrange them myself because I think that's what I want to do is have a series of things, and it'd be cool if I could find some retro. Oh, that would be the cool part too. Is like retro kitchenware, so that it matched some of my older stuff. Older like 70s looking stuff. Yeah, it'll take some digging, but I should be able to find something. Uh, yeah, but retro style is just searching for retro style just means you get weird, kitschy looking stuff like if yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Shutterstock is particularly good. Pond 5, the largest selection. Mm. Ew. Oh, they have videos too. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to find some place that has a kind of good commercial uses. The chat is totally out of control. Yeah, Pond 5 sucks. Anything that has like cheesy angel gif animations of angels is yeah. Envato's terrible. Free pick. I don't. It doesn't need to be a free one. It needs to be a good one. Pexels. Shutterstock iStock. Oh, maybe Adobe stock might actually be better, or Getty Images is all just like celebrities and stuff, isn't it? I don't know. Big stock photo. Yeah, the ones that have a lot of vector images and like spot illustrations and stuff, I don't think are particularly good. Come on. Oh yeah. White background. Yeah, it's weird. I guess I'll have to do some. Shut up. I'll have to do some. Kind of trial and error and see. Yeah, it's weird. There's some sites that are definitely made for these things to just be drag and dropped into like magazine articles and stuff. You can tell the way they're composed. I need a lot of single items. Yeah, weird. Oh, Matt. Gotta crash. All right, yeah, good night. And, more TSR drama. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really, reading Slaying the Dragon is really, I didn't know Ernie was a scene kid in LA. So Ernie Gygax and his cocaine life, that explains what his drug-addled brain, what it's thinking right now. And especially because you get corrupted in LA, thinking everything, you can make a deal, with everybody. Crazy. Oh, Pexels. Thank you, Unknown Girl. Yeah, I'll take a look at Pexels. I'm not having good luck with the other ones. Yeah. But yeah, I'll just have to go. But I think that'll be good. That'll make the book look very different and kind of set it apart from the other. Oh yeah, that's really nice stuff. From the other cover that I did, because I just don't want to do another collage. So yeah, good night, Matt. And I guess I'll be wrapping it up too, because without Matt, I mean, what can we do? Okay, one more sour tablet before we go. All right. Yeah, very strange. I wonder what the ice cream. If the ice cream is this sour, I don't know. That's a little too much. I don't think you could eat a whole scoop of ice cream this sour. It's way too much. It'd just be like eating unsweetened lemon. Strange. Crazy. Well, thank you, everyone, for being here in the chat. And we'll do this again next week. So if you're looking and just watching for the first time, seeing this on demand, abusecartoons.com is the website, and gocomics.com/domestic abuse is the archive of everything that we've been looking at. You can support the cartoon on patreon.com/abusecartoons, and on all social media, Abuse Cartoons. And this gets archived on both Twitch and YouTube, the live stream. And I just noticed that Twitch is the amount of time they keep the stream archived is very short. So I gotta make sure I keep highlighting these streams. So I'll be back again next week, and we do this every Monday night, late Monday night, North American time, and if you're on the other side of the world, kind of Tuesday afternoon-ish. So take care, everyone, and I'll be back again soon with more ideas for the book cover. Okay, so take care, and see you next time. Goodbye.